Hey there, I love a good fried fish, but I tell you, it doesn't have to be fried to taste great. And I love a simple meal that tastes great, is not hard to make, and as a bonus, it's low calorie too. So this cod is a great choice. It cooks up pretty quickly and you'll be able to be at the dinner table in no time. So you start out with some fresh cod, and here are two beautiful pieces that I got from our local fish market. Started with a little lemon butter garlic there. Added in a little more black pepper. It has a little black pepper in it, but I like mine to be a little bit seasoned. And after that, adding in some Old Bay on top. It's good and it gives it some beautiful coloring as it goes into the pan. So once you have that Old Bay on top, of course, make sure it's on both sides. Go ahead and add your oil to the pan. I use the olive oil. I just like cooking fish with olive oil. It tastes better to me. And then stick it in the pan there and let it pan sear. And I used a cast iron enamel pan for this one. You can use your regular cast iron, but I used a cast iron enamel because I like it to come out of the pan a little easier. But let it brown on both sides, and you're giving it probably about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, depending on the thickness of your fish. Mine was a little thick, so I gave it a little time there. But once it browned on one side, turned it over and let it start cooking on the other side until you get that flaky whiteness. And that's the beauty of cod. I love a flaky fish, so it's really good. And then as it's browning, I went back in and added a little garlic butter on top of it, and that butter and that garlic gives it just a little more flavor. So drizzling that on top as it cooks, and once it's done, I actually took some of that and continued to baste it because I wanted it to get all the way in that fish. I wanted it to be fully seasoned. And one thing about cod, it absorbs the flavor of what you're seasoning it with, so it's really good. So now I'm going to plate it up. I put it together with a little brown rice there, and it's a little cilantro lime in that rice. And then taking it out of the pan, I put some premium fish sauce in there to deglaze the pan as I set the fish aside so that it pulls up all of the flavoring from the bottom of the pan where you had the fish actually pan searing. I go in here and add a little more butter garlic sauce that has a little more minced garlic in it, and that garlic gives it, of course, some flavor in the topping. And then I'm going to come in and then add some chopped red onions there. And red onions, as you know, they're very flavorful, so you don't need a ton of them, but I do like it because I like onions. And then after the onions, I had some chopped fresh parsley. And so I go in and add that chopped fresh parsley into the mix, and it not only gives it great color, but it also provides a little texture to your topping and a little bit of extra flavor. And after the chopped fresh parsley, add in some fresh diced tomatoes. So this is going to be pretty much the base of your topping, and it's going to cook down, and you're going to stir it around a little bit in the pan because you want it to, again, pull up all of the flavoring that's at the bottom of the pan, and it's really good. And this is what it looks like when it's actually all sweated down and ready to go on top of your dish. So I let it cook a little extra, but it was ready. It was ready. And so this is my plated fish. And here I'm adding on the topping, and you see it looks so good. Y'all, it is so delicious, but it melts down really well, and it just goes into the crevices of the flaky fish because, again, cod is flaky. And so as you're spooning it, it's getting the juices inside of the fish, and it's going to be tasty once you eat it. So that's all you need to just put it right on top of that fish, and voila. Here's the beauty of it. Great for dinner, great for eating, and perfect for your meal.